One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know send me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize I weeds. Surely I cleave her
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Today we have a special guest, Antonia Valaire, poet, and she'll be doing the Poetry Corner today. So I'm going to get Flavius, and then we come right back. So if you have to go get your tea, your coffee, whatever you consume this time of the morning, go ahead and go refill. We'll be right back.
I like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I weeds. Surely I a clean pair of heels. I say, through the door, take away ourselves.
As I say, I was going to get Flavius, and Flavius is here with us. Top of the morning, Flavius, top of the morning.
Good morning, Franco. Good morning, listeners. Good to be back again. Good to be back another day. End of another week. Very, 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 very nice as we progress week after week on the Real Stuff podcast.
You sound exciting, like a schoolers want to get out of school. Yeah, if we're going to enjoy the weekend.
So, I want to get into school.
Mm-hmm. So what's happening? What's happening in your neck of the woods?
I used to go to school on the weekends,
Yeah?
Yeah, man, the weekends are now our fun time, man, because we had tennis training, you have all kind of sports going on for the weekend. All kind of things that usually happen on the weekend.
I see.
Yeah.
So what's happening in your neck of the woods?
Well, we see some sun shining out there, pushing out. It's not out fully yet, but it's pushing out. The Jamaican Prime Minister is speaking about some harsher restrictions.
Harsher measures, huh?
Yeah, the COVID is just running wild and they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the hospitals are the COVID hospitals are at capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Full capacity.
Yeah, that's what I'm told this morning.
Yeah, and the deaths are rising. We have over 500 deaths now.
Mm-hmm.
It might be small, in what is happening, but that's a lot for us,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that the cases each day averaging more than 500 now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot also. That's a lot. Just pushing on. But apart from that, the vaccine system is in place now.
Mm-hmm.
And they are working out ways when they're going to bring in. I think next week they're going to start with the over 75s.
Okay.
And then they open up to everybody, and you have to register to be vaccinated as an ordinary person.
You remember last year this time when it just started, the numbers weren't running up in the Caribbean, but it was big in Europe and especially in Italy. And the USA maybe had a couple at the time. But the conspiracy theories were out there, so it was 5G network and this and that. I don't hear nobody talk about the 5G no more.
No,
you know what the new conspiracy theory is about now? Vaccine.
Yes.
So we're seeing all of these people, we know some might be true, because, I'm no disease specialist, so some might be true. But I remember growing up as a kid, our grandparents, my mom always says, sometimes you have to pick sense out of nonsense,
Always.
So I think it left up to individuals.
Yeah, you can't take anything at face value.
Yeah, it left up to individuals, pick sense out of it, or some of the things where we might say are nonsense,
Yeah,
well, so it goes.
Vaccine that Jamaica was using, I think that is the one that they were saying had problems, and then they cleared it in Europe that it is fine.
Okay.
But the percentage of people who they came back with the blood clots. Them say it probably not caused from that, but from other things,
Okay.
That leads me to my question, as always. People with underlying
condition
problems, can and should they be taking the vaccine?
Okay, well,
I don't think so.
We keep saying we need to bring a specialist on, and we haven't done it.
Yeah, but I don't. Everybody is ready to talk
on that. Okay.
That's it. It's everybody's keeping quiet.
Yeah.
Everybody, no professional is coming out and saying X, Y, and Z. Apart from those people who do a little video. I want somebody to come on a major network and speak openly.
That now go happen. That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
You hear that? That now go happen.
That is it. So don't make sense on anybody.
Yeah.
A
major network. I just want to touch on this a little bit, because you may have not seen the video that was circulating around, where you have Robert Kennedy Jr. was saying, about the vaccine. We don't need a vaccine at this time, and all of that stuff. And no major platform, that's what he said, don't want to give him the time of the day to come on and talk about it. So he went to the minister, Louis Farrakhan.
Yes.
And, was able to get this video out. So, as I said, last year we have the conspiracy theories were coming out about 5G network and how it was killing off. And I know as the vaccine starts, we're going to have, people with, their conspiracy theory. So, with that, give the last word on it. Give the last word on it.
The problem with a man like him coming out, is that people will say that he has his own agenda. People will not necessarily believe him. You want somebody neutral who come out and, somebody in the medical field who know about these things and a first-hand knowledge. And, in fact, what would be good if we could have like somebody from Asia, somebody from America, somebody from Europe.
All right.
And same stage talking about it.
Okay, then. Okay.
That's what we need.
All right. Well, let's go into Did You Know now?
Yes.
Just take my advice, so everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend.
Today's Did You Know by Flavius. Come on, Flavius. Give us your Did You Know? What is happening in Did You Know today, sir? Are you there, Flavius?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
All right. What's going on in Silver in the
We're sticking with the silver screen.
Did you know? We will close the week on the silver screen. Today we will present Lorraine Toussaint. SAG Award and Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, Lorraine Toussaint shocked audience on the smash hit Netflix original series Orange is the Next Black as the viciously seductive inmate V. Toussaint's thrilling performance has won her glowing reviews from the likes of TV Guide and Vanity Fair, stirring the Emmy buzz for her outstanding performance. Toussaint also received praise for her performance in the Academy Award-nominated feature film Selma. Up next, Toussaint will star in the new... No, we can't just leave out that. We don't need to put in that. Drop out that. Okay. Alright. We'll close the week on the silver screen. Today we will present Lorraine Toussaint. SAG Award and Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, Lorraine Toussaint shocked audiences on the smash hit Netflix original series Orange is the New Black as the viciously seductive inmate V. Toussaint's thrilling performance has won her glowing reviews from the likes of TV Guide and Vanity Fair, stirring the Emmy buzz for her outstanding performance. She also received praise for her performance in the Academy Award-nominated film Selma. Born in Trinidad, Toussaint and her mother moved to Brooklyn, New York, where she was raised when she was 10 years old. Growing up, she watched a lot of television while she waited for her mother to return from work, and this sparked her interest in acting. She begged her mother to enroll her in acting school, and her search for a lead to her studying theater at New York's renowned High School of Performing Arts. After graduation, she enrolled herself at the Juilliard School's Drama Division, where she graduated with a Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree. On her graduation day, she landed her first paying job as Lady Macbeth with Shakespeare and Company. Lorraine spent the first 12 years of her career acting on stage in New York City before moving to Los Angeles. Her first television appearance was in 1983 in The Face of Rage. Her biggest career boost has come from her co-starring role opposite Annie Potts in the TV series Any Day Now, which earned her an NAACP Image Award nomination for Best Actress in a Drama Series, a TV Guide Award nomination for Best Actress in a Drama Series, and she received the Willie A. Branton Award for the National Bar Association. Among Toussaint's TV credits were recurring roles on several popular television shows such as NCB's drama series Friday Night Lights, TNT's Saving Grace, Law and Order, and ABC It, Ugly Betty. She has also had several guest appearances on the It television shows CSI Crime Investigation, Grey's Autonomy, and opposite Kerry Washington on drama thriller Scandal. No stranger to the silver screen, Toussaint's first film role was opposite Burt Reynolds in the crime comedy Breaking In. She has also appeared in Dangerous Minds, The Soloists, and Ava DuVernay, Middle of Nowhere, in which her performance was nominated for an Independent Spirit Award for Best Supporting Female. Up next, Toussaint starred as Salome Whitmore in the upcoming period drama Sophie and the Rising Sun, written and directed by Maggie Greenwald. Toussaint will also play Anthony Mackie's mother in the upcoming Seth Rogen comedy Xmas in theaters in November. And that's your Did You Know for today.
In my own homeland, enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight in my own homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less.
Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica. So in case you didn't know, now you know.
North or south,
Getting ready for today's guest, Miss Antonia Valaire.
jump, dance or sing and shout in my own homeland. Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend.
A defense. When did we start to retreat? Tell me, when did dignity and justice disappear? When did it not matter? Tell me, when murder was accepted? Why have you not spoken? Take a stand. Were you not watching the freedom fighters? Martin Luther King, Bob Marley, Rosa Parks, our heroes? Tell me, when was silence a defense? Am I alone? Am I the only one hurting? Where has everyone gone? Close mouth? Keep silence? Well, no more. If I must be alone, I must to stand for truth, God's truth, to stand for justice, not to withdraw. I will pay the consequences. Am I in fear? Sure, it's a human sensitivity, but it's through fear that courage is built. Can I withstand? At least I will try. But I guarantee that everyone will know that I spoke out and that silence was never my defense.
Kings and Queen, help me welcome once again Miss Antonia Valaire. Top of the morning,
greetings.
top of the morning. Greetings.
Morning, Antonio.
Morning, everyone.
First, I must ask you, how you doing?
I'm blessed to be alive and well. So
And the family too?
Yes, my brother is at work and my mom is doing some cooking, cutting up some vegetables. So yeah.
We have lunch to prepare, man.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, thank you for coming here.
Yes, no problem.
The first time you came here, and your story was, well received. We got a lot of comments and, response from people. So today is your time to shine. When you do the poetry corner, you're going to talk about yourself same way, but you're going to do your material as well. So it's like an acoustic session. So consider it poetry in acoustic.
Okay.
So that's why I started out with your piece there where you have silence.
Yes, silence.
Yes, and it's something. Well, as I'm saying, when we grew up in the Caribbean, I'm going to talk about Jamaica. And if you remain silent, it's like it is a norm everybody want to do. And if you speak out, them say you're in farmer. But it not necessarily mean you're in farmer, but sometimes...
Yes, I know, make no sense, don't it? Because if you're a human being and you respect rights and you speak out, that is a human thing you're supposed to be doing, it's a right thing.
Exactly.
So how did it become something bad or something negative? But that's how Jamaica is sometimes, We turn good into bad and bad into good. That's the world overall.
Yeah. Well, I am now involved in poetry, and I use the word involved. Flavors cracking up back there, because I'm gonna the terminology or the term that I'm gonna use it. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that, because when I was in school, it was something I used to more like, as we call it, dub poetry, because of the background music. But just to see somebody just come up and recite a poem, because teacher always insists, write a poem, and people write a poem and make it be what come to your mind. I ain't never good at it. Maybe I was, but I just tell myself, man, me not thinking nothing for go put on paper and for go talk. So I never listen much of it. Be honest, I never listen much of it until I start hear the music behind it, when the big artists them was doing it, like Muta and Huko and all of them other people, with the music. So I used to go.
UICR.
Yes. So I used to go by Kingston Mall, where them used to have a thing with them called High Times Promotion on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
And that's how, I start appreciate it. Until now, I realize now that poets really have, as a friend of mine said to me the other day, them have the needle for joke the people them, you understand me, and wake them up, because dancehall can't do it no more, because them not really sing nothing lyrically. So it's the poets them, poets them have that platform now. But you think about,
I wouldn't say the dancehall artists them not. I mean, they're taking a different, let us say no, like
approach.
I mean, I don't know if it. No, when you say a different approach completely, because dancehall have always been this way. It's just, I don't know if the people, as in the listeners. I mean, I think probably we have grown up or we have matured and we are moving a different direction. as well as I think the exposure to social media and the events that's happening across the world. I think that people are elevating their consciousness, that they're becoming more aware of certain issues that probably never even take note at the time, but they're taking note now. So, I mean, if we know hear the same old, I mean, music should really be diversified. So if people are singing gun lyrics, you know, some have to sing love and some have to sing consciousness. But I think that I don't know if it's a disc jockey or whoever, but I mean, the music seems to be one way or one type of lyrics. It's not versatile, and that probably the creativity is dying out, you know, the style, and probably the veterans who used to push certain things, you know, you go in studio, you come back again if the music is not up, probably anything goes now, so probably that's where in that sense. But poets have always maintained a level of spirituality, you know, poetry is not something that, I mean, yes, you have certain poems, like, for example, I have a poem named I Junk Poet. It's just for fun, in a real note behind it. But majority of my poems, them come from a place of, you know, spirituality. Them come from a place of consciousness. Them come from a place where I'm seeing things, not only visually, but I'm seeing it on spiritual level. So I can't write anything that is not coming from the soul. And I think that's most poets, like everything they write, it has to come from their whole being. So if you're going to write something negative, means that your whole being is negative. So I mean, majority of poets, they will be writing something positive because that's what we search and yearn for. That's what we're going to push out. As Malachi, I think, as he said that the poets are the consciousness of the people, or the poets of the people. He made some statement in that regard. But yeah, so the poets are the ones that are going to always be, you know, even slavery, you know, it was poetry that they were singing, it was hymns they were reciting. It was poetry that they constantly used as their way of communication, as their way of freeing their mind, and so forth. So poetry has always been that instrument of social transformation in society and for human beings. So it's rooted in that way. So I think it's very difficult for anybody to divert from its roots. That's my belief, actually.
Oh man, well said. You know, and I agree in the sense that you as you were trying to quote what Malachi said, and I think it's the conscience. He did said, you know, poetry is the conscience of the people. You know, if I stand corrected too as well. You know, so if my listening can, you know, drop a line down in the chat box. But you know, where you eating, I remember growing up, and when I grew up on the roots reggae music of the 70s, the late 70s, the 80s, when them start the dancehall and all them things, right? And the music itself, what started out as reggae, were really the reggae artists singing what was on their mind, as you would say, a poet, you know, right? What's on their mind and the soul, you know. It can't, you know, your soul can't be negative if you go write all of these things, and you know, cause you go put out negative thoughts. So really and truly, yes, you know, poet have a platform that is not. I wouldn't even say. I don't even see that platform in Jamaica as yet. I hope it started. You know, that some radio stations start take it up more and play more poems. I use the word more because it's a genre in itself now, because them have spoken words in the Grammys and they have it also in the IRAMA Awards, you know. So yeah, just remember you are is the nomination out yet for the IRAMA? I think it's supposed to
they're still nominating, so, but it's still out.
Okay. So if for those listening and viewing now, if you haven't nominated AV yet, go on the IRAMA website, irama.com, and you know, fill out the nomination sheet. I did it already. I don't know about Flavius yet, but Flavius, if you haven't, you can go ahead and do it. And all of you listening, go ahead and go. I think nomination closed by March 31st. So
okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do it, you know, because AV and others will be in that category. And we know when the voting time come, who may I vote for. You know, the other day I was saying to Courtney, you have this thing that you do, on my veranda.
Yeah, the Veranda conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Courtney, one of the biggest supporter. He's always watch it.
How is it going?
Courtney.
How is it going?
To be honest, I'm surprised that it's going that well enough because I'm not trained in journalism or like what you're doing, like as a radio announcer and these things. I'm not trained in that area. But I decided that, you know, one of the reasons why I started it, many reasons, but one of the reasons, is because I had entered JCDC at my school, and one of the area was to do like a speech. So my creative director, Joel, he was saying that he was going to put me in the speech because he realized that I'm very good at talking on topics. Like, he can just give me a topic, and if I know about it, I can talk freely. But then I realized that I had an enunciation issue. Like, if I talk too fast, I don't, enunciate my words and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start the veranda conversation to, assist me in terms of speech and as well, for the competition as well as for my own personal development. And then I also know personally that I like discussion. I like to have with people, and like from I'm growing up, as a little youngster, I used to talk to the elders. So it's something that I'm passionate about, talking about different topics. I love the research. So I said, it's a very good thing to share. So I went on and I started using StreamYard. I don't know if you know about that platform.
Yeah, I know StreamYard. Oh, yeah. You use a browser. It's a browser, what you call it, software that make you do live stream.
Yeah, so I use StreamYard as well as I use Facebook Live. So I went on a couple of times and I realized that people are viewing it and people are commenting and, people are saying that it's refreshing, and they were enjoying the program. So I said, whoa, I didn't realize that it would take off that well in the sense that people actually support, what I'm doing. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because people do support, my endeavors. But just to see that I started to grow and, even people are giving me advice. So we got people like Kevin Salman, he's the brother of Kabaka Pyramid. So he was like, you need to set the camera that way there. Amazai the Great was the same thing, was saying, if you do the lighting that way, then I started doing certain things. And, because I'm doing it by myself. I don't have a team. So most I estimate doing things, I have to set up things myself. But it was very interesting, things that I was learning. So it has been going very well, to be honest. A lot of viewership, a lot of commentary. People are learning from my program. Sometimes people hijack the program. I think them just come in like recently. Blaq Ice, big up Blaq Ice. So I was on the program and he just came on and started interviewing me. I was like, okay, this is very unusual, but I don't mind. My thing is free. So I'm really enjoying the program and learning a lot. I also interviewed a young man named Desai, Desai Naturals. He makes, natural remedies and stuff like that. And that was kind of interesting also, where I am interviewing. I'm always being interviewed, but never interviewed someone. So to me, it's a very beautiful journey.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Yes.
So, you're going to give us something from what you do after the veranda?
Well, I mean, it's mostly talking. A few times I might perform a poem, but if you want me to do a poem, no problem.
Well, perform. Well, today's your day to shine in. You're going to perform, and we're going to chit-chat.
Yeah.
As many poems as possible.
Yeah, because that's why it's named poetry, kind of. That's why we make you forward. We don't bring you back. We make you forward.
Yeah, man.
So when
me have one heap of poems.
Yeah, man, why you let them go? Why you let them go? Because, when you start putting them on wax, maybe we can't play them just as though we might be pleased because everything going to be monetized. So, we want to get some of them that we can say it happened so first.
Yeah, man. want more poems and less talk.
And then no, I will want to talk to her because there's some stuff me have my mind me want to talk to her about.
No, I want to talk, but we want more. Put out more work out there that people
balance.
probably don't even hear.
You want a balance. Let me say you want a balance.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So this one is "Do Not Call Me Poor," and yeah, I definitely want to share this one. And it's taken from a book, Black Gold. Endless possibilities, streams rushing. It is bursting out of rocks in Portland. Everywhere I turn, paradise screaming. The land is so fertile. Secrets known to its inhabitants. This world they call new. Only if others knew, they took what was ours. There is an abundance of wealth lying in waste. We have gold mines. We have hidden treasures. Have you ever seen so much stocked in one place? Have you ever found royalties in many palaces? So much beauty. There is a vast wealth of land, people, and knowledge reserved. Could you look at endless possibilities? Moreover, call it poverty. Do not call me poor when there are treasures behind unlocked doors. But that's do not call me poor.
All right. Do not call me poor. I love it. From your book, in your book, you have a part you mentioned in your book, and it struck me when you said your mother never let you guys know that you were poor. And the reason why that hit me, I was telling somebody, it's like I was looking in a mirror. I see the reflection of your story, like it was mine unfolding again. Because my mother never make we know so we poor either. She always say we poor, but we clean. I have a crisp and clean when I go road, crisp and clean. So you see, I did a lot of washing. Thank God to mother love.
So that I didn't mention that part in my book, but my same name as them, Them used to say we're poor, but boy, them used to say, boy, them veranda, clean door. Mm-hmm. That was always the talk in the community. That's all clean, all veranda clean. Or we were clean as children because my mother took pride in making sure that, we were, well put together.
Yeah, man.
So I grew up in a very clean environment. I don't know where we get this style from because you're poor, the place that look cranny and nasty.
There you go.
Everywhere you go in Jamaica and it's a poor part, there's garbage. So I don't know where, I don't know, but I guess there's a link. Probably the sociologists them can explain that why everywhere there's poverty, there is garbage. But in my environment that I grew up, even though we were poor, my mother makes sure that our environment was clean. And so I believe, based on that, yes, you're poor, but that don't mean that you're nasty and your environment is supposed to clean. So I grew up in a very clean environment. I guess my perspective or how I view things in life was coming from a cleanliness.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Probably that assisted in my positive way of life because, your environment dictates how your mind, your mentality. So, to me, poor people need to step up in the sense that, I don't want to call people poor, but after just the same, you need to step up in the sense that you can still keep your environment clean. I would encourage people to do that. Poor or rich, we need to keep our environment.
It boils down to one word, pride. Pride.
Yeah.
If you're poor, pride, you will keep yourself good and clean, and you want to look, you want your kids to look a certain way, to make sure that people understand that you have pride and you believe in yourself.
That's true. I have dignity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see why I love this young lady, Flavius, because she licked the nail on the head at all times. Because I grew up in that same environment, right? And yes, but poverty was around us, and the place was dirty, around us. But to the people them in our yard that we grew up in, that was a part of it. Every morning you get up, you have to wet up the yard from top and you sweep go right down to the bottom. You understand me? That's how it used to be. And your veranda have to clean. Not only on Sunday, when people make sure them start dye the concrete on Saturday, so when it dry, you have to shine it Sunday morning. So no, that was a norm in our yard. And me tell the mother love me could do some washing. You hear me, man? Them time they have 2 khaki shirt, 1 pants, but my friend them never know. Never know. So when September come and you get another pants, it become 2 pants and 4 shirt. So them used to add in, So yeah, man.
You eat the nail on the head again. That's another thing. Many people, and it's through my Verna conversation, I'm sure that some people are saying that they just know that I was poor or I was going through several things. Because when I was going to school, many people don't know that sometimes it's one uniform I have, and every day I come home, I have to go and wash that one uniform and wash that. Every day I come home, I do the same thing over and over, and then iron it. Because I started doing all of that from the age of 10, From me going primary school, my mother tell me how to be responsible. So she never necessarily have to get up every morning and make breakfast, I do this, I do that. And she don't show me. And, my mother are the old time parents, So she's not, she's the type, but just tell herself to come in the kitchen for watch her. Yeah. So she never literally carry step by step. She just do what she do, and me just have to go and watch. And then the next day she just say, go on to do yours. So that's all I learned.
And it no matter
from a early age.
Girl, it no matter if it's a boy or a girl, you have to hit the kitchen.
My mother have 3 sons. My mother have 3 sons. And the same way how she teach me how to do things, the same way she teach them how to do things. So all of us can cook, be clean, everything, iron, all of that. All of we can do it. So there wasn't like a real separation per se. Say you have to do this because you're that or whatever. We all know because the point of the matter is that you're a human being. And these are human things that you need to do for survival. My mother always tell me, say, nobody knows the responsibility to your belly. Food is something that is vital, so you're supposed to know to cook your food. A lot of lessons I learned from my mother. She's from Portland. I mentioned Portland in the poem. You probably wonder where that comes from. I'm talking about my mother in a sense.
Okay.
That's the connection. She's from Portland. So big up Portland.
That's good. Green parish. Next door to Flavius. Now Flavius backyard to Portland.
I am part of Portland.
Here no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, St. Mary, man. That just chewed up
Let me tell you. The Laidleys are a landmark family in Portland. All ladies come from Portland.
Okay.
No question about it. Buff Bay, Swift River, all those areas are populated by Laidleys.
Yeah, but you live in a St. Mary. So up at the top part of the hill, you might can look over Portland. Remember, I see the place,
No. More than half of my place is Portland.
Okay. I stand corrected.
You must claim it, man. You must claim it, Frank. You must claim it.
Yes.
Allow him to claim.
All right. I stand corrected, sir. Thank you.
No, I have more place in Portland than St. Mary.
Okay. Fair enough.
Physically.
Well, my roots come from St. Mary. That's where my mother come from. So, Antonia, let me ask, when you were in school, in high school, were you writing that time?
Yeah, man. My first poem, Survival, I wrote it when I was 15. And I started writing overall when I was 10. But 15, I think that poem that I wrote, Survival, is very important.
Why did you write it? Why did you write Survival?
Yeah.
Whoa. I guess the troubles of life. I was very aware of my surrounding and things that was going on. And the poem speak about world issues as well as a personal issue. Because, a line in it was saying that, I'm sharing one bed with 5 people. I'm talking about my own personal life right here. We were on one bed. My father, unfortunately, abandoned us. Abandoned his wife, my mother, and left her with 4 children. So he moved out a lot of things. And when he left, the place was empty. I know some people might say, oh, and I said, go, whatever. But they say, what's so funny about things like these, you know, is that even though I was around 4 years of age when that happened, by the time I was 15, our house was still much the same in that sense.
Yeah.
Nothing ever really changed. So I don't need people to tell me what I've lived because it's visible to me. You know, you look in your surroundings and you can see things that are there. Remnants. The house literally in Portmore, you can see the marking. Like when you have an addition, you can see the separate. You can look at it visually and see how small each room was and what was. Because by that time, I was still using the same bathroom that Matalan people did.
Okay.
Nothing never changed.
Yeah.
Everything was still there. So I can be able to look and say, hey, who is telling lie and who is telling truth? I can differentiate. So I don't need people to tell me what I've lived. But that was kind of what was going on. So I think all those things that I was looking at, you know, I just decided to write the poem Survival, and I ended up won a competition in my community at 10. And by the time I was 19, that poem got published in Gleaner. That's kind of the journey of the poem.
Is it an emotional state for you whenever you're going to say this poem? Does it take you back into that state of mind?
Yeah, man. It you know, there are some poems. Every poem that I write, there's an emotion behind it. You know, it's almost like the poem capture that emotion. So every time I go to certain poems, probably based on how I write it or what I write, it always brings back a memory. So if I'm going to do like the poem that I write for my mother, for example, you know, I don't do it all the time because, I mean, it's such an emotional piece and it always brings me back. So when I write it and what I was feeling. So, I mean, each poem that I write, it has different emotions to it. And it brings out. See, I'm getting emotional now.
I know, I heard it in your voice. That's why I asked you, know, when you mentioned the survival, because
it's not something that I can control. It's like the minute I start talk about certain things. So I believe that when people always say, you know, forgive and forget, I don't know if you can ever forget.
Yeah,
because
true.
You can forgive. I believe people can forgive. But I don't believe you can ever forget because your memory of these things are things that have happened to you physically. I don't believe you can let your soul. Because it's part of you. It's what makes you you. You know, your past in the present, it's what determines how your mentality and your perspective is going to be. So I don't think you can ever leave it because, you know, I wasn't intentionally trying to, you know, be emotional, but it just, I started talking about it. And all of a sudden, my whole voice and, you know, temperament just changed. It's very difficult. It's just one of those things, I believe.
Well, let's move on. We don't want you to cry. Because let's move on to hear something more cheerful. Something more cheerful, right? We talk about this already. And I was saying it to Max Wanit the other day. Say you know, it could have it. I know they in the circle of poets, and I use the word circle of poets because you guys have this tendency to pull a next person up as you go along. I've never seen it in the reggae industry like that, but each of you always tell, oh, you know, say me have a friend where such and such and such and them do this and that. I never come across it yet, you know. And I see it in that circle of poets. You tell somebody about us and that same person while you talk to them about, oh, and Antonia said to call you because such and such. That person I will tell you about another person, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you guys just have this circle. You want to just pull each one up.
It's a learning lesson, you know, because I meet each poet is just amazing, you know. I met Cherry Natural when I was going UE, you know, she was coming down the corridor, and because every time I go places, many people see me, they will ask me if I'm Cherry Natural's daughter. So I was like, so me have to meet a poet here because people say I sound like her, people say I look like her, you know, people just have to come to me and are related, and it just so happened that I don't know what at the time I was attending UA, but it seemed like I came school very early that day because the school is practically empty. And as I was coming from the bathroom, walking on the corridor, she was coming. I saw her, and I said, "Hi, Cherry Natural." Them say me look like you, and she looked for me from 82 and said, "Hey, you look like me when me the young." And we were there talking, and she was like talking to me. I was saying, "Hey, you know, Sam is a poet too, and thing. And I think I had my book at the time on a show, and she was going through. And she said, "Yeah, man." She said, "All right, give me a number now." I gave her my number, and it's like a week after she had mentioned me to Elise Kelly. And so I came on Elise Kelly program. And then another time I met Yasos. I went to JCDC. I met Yasos right there. And then with a connection was made. He eventually invited me on his show. And then, Cherry Natural came to the show to bring Wise Words to the show. And Wise Words, like the minute we saw each other, before even knowing that Wise Word and Cherry connected, it's like, he just came over and said, "Hey, sister, I love your poems and boy, your son." He was just, picking me up and stuff, and we connect. And then before you know it, we start meet. When I met Wise Word, then I went to Rastakura show, this poem festival, and he introduced me to Richie Innocent, and then I met Pepper, and then I met Ukwa Nuru, and then before you know it, I start meeting poets. So that's all the circle. It's very beautiful. All we each meet,
Yeah.
And from there on, we have grown, and so every time there's something keeping or whatever, especially Wise Word will carry me along. You mention my name, I start with the same. Before you know it, it start become a circle of love because start mentioning the name. Because I know about your program. Wise Word tell me. Then I went and tell Max on it, and I also tell Anna Diana.
Diana, yes. I know. That's why I say you guys have this circle, of love. Could come here, each one. When you're supposed to be, I am talking to poets about their work, and them tell me about somebody else at the same time. And I'm like,
yeah, man, that's how I see it them way.
I see it in every one of you guys that I have spoken with.
Yes.
Every one of you, tell me about somebody else. I call, what's her name? Jamaica Green, and she would tell me about somebody else while me I talk to her about her. And I was like,
that's all we are. That's all we are, man. And trust me, it's very good for young and upcoming poets because for me to be around veterans and they must show you so much love. And there's no fight and there's no war. Of course, there's always going to be animosity between people.
Of course.
No genre is perfect, but the circle that I am in, I can see where people are genuine. That's the most important. There's not no fake thing. It's real. More times, like Wise Word, you will have a show, and him just carry me along. I'm not necessarily performing, but he carry me along so he can introduce me to other people. And sometimes I'm even like somebody will put me on a show and I say, "Hey, you're not going to call Wise Words." It's almost like we're a team now in that sense because you can't say one without the other on a show. Or even if we're at an event, I've had people come up to me numerous times and ask, "Where's Wise Word?" And I start laughing. I'm like, why would I know where Wise Word is? The event is so big, but I get it. People have seen that love and support between each other. And it's just wonderful and beautiful that we can elevate. Everybody understand that the pie can share for everybody. You don't have to be greedy, Yeah, it's beautiful.
Can you share the poem that you see a book that you're reading? There's a picture with you with a book and they have the mic. I don't know if you were speaking to the audience about the book, but it seems like you were in a dramatic moment, like you were, saying a poem.
Oh. No, man, that was at Yasso show, man, the Poetry Festival. So
can you share that poem with us?
I don't know if I remember which poem that was. I mean, it was a continuous it was a 10-minute performance. So I mean, any poem that I performed at the time, I don't know if I remember.
All right, I know, and I know just like artists, reggae artists, them always say them not have no favorite song, but just give me one of your most performed poem.
Most performed poem.
Yes.
All right, I have one most performed, but I didn't want to keep it right now. That one day.
Well, if you don't want to do it right now, give me something else then. Where can juke the people them. Just go on. I'll let you go now.
More share the one, man.
All
More
right.
share Majestic.
Go ahead.
I'm going to plan out, you know.
All right.
Majestic, what do you see when you stare at me? What do you believe? What is perceived? Am I valuable, beautiful, like diamond and tanzanite? On the other hand, am I so rare like the orchid that my fragrance makes you bow to the knee? Do kings incline my beauty? Am I an empress like Queen Esther? Is King Solomon the great knowledge of my rule? Is Haile Selassie, Queen of Sheba, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Bob Marley makes you tremble? Does it resonate fair? Is my skin too black to be considered fair? Black, is it such a disgrace that you bleach? Are you ashamed? Are you afraid to express? Show them that the fire under which you're blazing cannot and will not be tamed. Their stagnant regime, forever challenge, outlaw. Surprise them with confidence, never without ignorance. Rise up, people of Zion. Rise up, people of greatness. Do you not know? Royal lineage of kings and queens. Queen Nefertiti, Nubian, Ashanti, Zulu, Kushite. Stand majestic in the face of adversity. Pyramids in Kemet of I man rule. Do you not know who you are? Take your throne. Wear a royal comfort under God's sovereign. Step with faith, but not with hate. Do not segregate. Uplifting should be in what you meditate.
Well done. The floor is yours still, you know. You can go ahead and say some more.
Oh, okay. The floor is mine. Okay. Last year, January, I gave my life to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those poems where I'm talking about God. So
Okay.
this one is titled, Who is My God? And it's taken from my book, Out from Babylon System, Liberation of Mind. Whether you are an atheist, Satanist, scientist, illusionist, Rastafari, Christian, Muslim, conformist, non-conformist, whomever you serve, it is not my business. It's not for me to reason, desecrate, blaspheme, discriminate. My God is my choice. My belief is my belief. Respect it. So the religious futile must be of the past. Not an excuse for suicide and murder. My God is not up for debate. So that one is Who is My God.
Yeah, man. Wonderful. I don't know, but from the first time you came on the show, you know, I just have that connection, you know, the spirit, you know, because I as I said to someone, I see the reflection of my upcoming when I was living in West Kingston. In you know, in your stories. So I'm imploring all my listeners, my viewers this morning, I want you to give them the title of your book and where your materials are available so that them can run and go buy it and penetrate this sister because she's powerful and she's gonna make you proud one day. Flavius, that's one of my favorite line, right? Gonna make you proud one day. So give them them information for me, Antonia.
So I have Pearls Among Stones, and I have Out from Babylon System, Liberation of Mind, and I have Black Gold. They can all be found on Amazon. If you're in Jamaica, you can, message me, Christena Williams, on Facebook. Christena is spelled CHRISTENA Williams on Facebook. You can just message me, because I have copies. So either way, it can be. And I'm on Instagram, Pearls Among Stones, type of a book. ARLSAMONTSTONS. I'm also on Twitter as World Class Poet. So YouTube, I'm on as Poet Antonia Valaire. You know, I'm still Antonia Valaire. ANTONIA I'm also on my personal page is Antonia Valaire as well.
Mm-hmm. So the veranda, when is the veranda? This Sunday?
No man, the veranda conversation, I always keep it every Tuesday 10 a.m. Jamaican time.
10?
This for this Sunday I am having an interview on Instagram.
Okay. Instagram interview.
Yes.
Send us the link so we can tune in. Send us the link so we can tune in.
Can drop more poems or what?
Yeah, man, we make you drop 2 more poems. What you mean if we can drop more poems? We give brata this morning. Go ahead, my dear. Go ahead.
All right. So one of this has come to be one of my favorite poems, and I was listening to a song recently by Yakta, and this song is Ambition, and I think it's taken Jamaica viral, and it's wonderful that song, you know, because song I speak whole heap of knowledge. We were talking about music and poetry and the message. I would encourage people to go and, you know, definitely look for that. So my one title, Youth of Ambition, it out long time, my poem. But one day I woke, I always said that the first poem that I would go into and record would definitely be this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's important it is. So listen it. Youth, you have ambition. My youth, how you stay so? What kind of behavior this? Who you are threatening about copper shot? Battlebrook tear gas fear. You are behave like you are T-Rex, Wolfgang Dracula, claim me I go for me juggler. Let me start over. My phone just shut off. Youth have ambition. My youth, how you stay so? What kind of behavior this? Who you are threatening about copper shot? Battlebrook tear gas fear. You are behave like you are T-Rex, Wolfgang Dracula, claim me I go for me juggler, but me want a man with syntax. Let you inspire, hopeful, and merciful. Me not behave like Freddy versus Jason or Grim Reaper. What it fear when all of them dead? So my youth, take up your pants in your hand, change up your ways, start up better, clean up your mind till the behavior match your tire. Youth, stop cheat yourself, rise up and go out and get some certification in a plumbing or construction. Go learn a skill if not that are your plan. Then sell some fruit, cherry, mango, guava, or some grown provision. Yam, cocoa, banana, or jelly water for the people them structure. Youth, elevate yourself, elevate your mind. Don't confine, don't imprison. As some say we hopeless, worthless. This is a generation of viper. Prove them wrong. We not take bad talk. Negativity we eliminate from the electrons to the neurons. Positive energy we are emit from our cranium. My youth, take a leaf out about record. Run in the race, must have a plan. Be the best of you, your version. Conquer a nation till you conquer a planet. Till all the next generation will be a force to be reckoned with. Because you had ambition, made a plan, execution. No, you is an inspiration.
Well said. Flavius, come in at this.
Yeah, man.
Come in at
I am
this.
here.
All right. Well, before we let Antonia go, I'm going to ask you 3 words and you just tell me what come to your mind. It can be either a sentence, a phrase, or should I say a statement. All right. And you ready?
I guess.
No, man. I don't know for put you on the spot. All right. Jamaica.
Beautiful nature, God.
The Caribbean.
Unity, diversity. Beautiful.
Poetry.
Love, spirituality, God.
All right, then. And that's it.
I that.
Yeah. I
Just one more point.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah.
So this one is titled Blood Bath. Do not even care if I live or die. Feeling disrespected. Everybody saying we so bad. Blame us, blame them. There is a bad guy for the rap. No one takes up responsibility until Susan takes up a pistol. No, everybody's dead. So-called humanist dream, it must be the cartoon. It must be the social media. It must be the game. It must be the action movies. Why was it not us, the society? The society who treats us unkind, rape our mothers and fathers, slaughter our brothers and sisters, burn our friends at the altar in the name of religion, in the name of purity. Why not society? The society who hates my black skin, my Nubian melanin, but love my people's music. Love to watch us on the track. Love when we entertain like black faces, masquerading in the circus. Was it not society who taught me to hate, segregate, saying we equal but separate? Was it not society who told me my beliefs were not important, culture was, false gods, false religions and cults? So-called beauty standards that are not even average, measured in the beholder's eyes. Why is society so appalled and astonished when we are so angry? Where was society when the youths of today was screaming out, bleeding out, dying out? George Floyd, Mario Dean, Jasmine Dean. Because we had to keep the secret going. We had to protect our interests. We had to protect the system that held my people back because we're black. All traditions that were never beneficial to the opium of my people. My people were so brainwashed about being African that they divide among themselves, creating hierarchy of light skin and dark skin. House slaves against plantation slaves in the 21st century. Got that stereotype, got that in the headspace, so cracked up. Mental illness is man-made, only the strong will survive. Only the ones who are so broken, pressed down by societal rules, can rise up from the ashes and be heard. Because they refuse, like their ancestors, to be tamed and named and left voiceless. We refuse for them to mentally chain us. We refuse to be their population control samples. We refuse their conspiracy theory about our origin. We refuse to become our worst enemies, as it only leads to war. Never let them take your soul, because if you do, you will end up 6 feet deep, cold. Thank you.
Yes. When it hit, it feel no pain. You know, I can say something because you said that if you get the chance to record a poem with music behind it, you do ambition.
Yeah, you have ambition.
All right, make this one also be the flip side of it. And the reason why I say flip side, back in the days when they used to make vinyl, they used to have side A and side B. So we now call it EP. So this is an EP. You'd have ambition, and this one where you just lick. You understand me? Because people need to hear them words here, you know. Them words enough to be hidden. Them for play upon radio station, them for play upon social media, and them for play upon digital platforms so people can go download them. Them for have this. Yeah. Well, that we come to the end of a segment, the Poetry Corner. I'm giving you 30 seconds, to wrap it up in 30 seconds. What, you want to say?
Whoa, I just want to say that, we just have to give, for me, I use God and, Jesus Christ because that's my savior. So I have to say, boy, we have to give God thanks, for life. And despite what's going on, I will encourage people to, be appreciative because in the pandemic, there's so many, there's negative and there's positive, but it's only all people viewing, of course, people dying, so that's definitely take over. But I mean, it has slowed down people in the sense that people are now taking stock of their spirituality, people taking stock of their health, things that they didn't see as important. Because we only have one life, and you have to appreciate the one life where you have. And also people start realize the importance of family, the importance of community. And, so these are things that I would encourage people that after the pandemic, because there will be an after. So after the pandemic, don't let this be just for the moment. It should be a lifestyle first. It should be a case where people practice, spirituality continuously. People should practice cleanliness. People should take note of their body and their health. Take note of what they're putting inside their body. People should be taking note of their family and their community. I hope that Jamaica, personally, because I'm really, as a young person, I am saying to myself, Jamaica, I bleed for you, I cry for you, because I want to continue to grow up. I want to grow up in a clean Jamaica. I want to grow up in a violent Jamaica, but Jamaica move away where me not like, and me don't want to have children. And so, I don't know what to say to Jamaica, but I really want to encourage the youth and the elders. We need to change up our lifestyle, and we need to change up our behavior and our mindset. We need to start pushing on a different level. And we can't always blame the government. Yes, the government is to blame, but what about us? When are we going to take responsibility for our own action? What about our own mindset? So that message to everybody.
You couldn't have said it any better. Yes. I feel the same way too about Jamaica and the people. Leave the government alone and do for us. We must start do for ourselves. Because we are strong people and we can do it. People in the chat room, East Vibration Records sent, give your love out to your poetry language of the soul. Them are burn down the place in the chat room for you, Also, Anna Diana, Mikey Toughis. Mikey Toughis say, true talk. So, I want you to take care of yourself, right? And be safe. And, continue to pray and do what you're doing. And never give up on your dreams. You understand me? Never give up.
Thank you. I just want to send up some big ups. They don't know Anna Diana, Masconet, Wise Word with Innocent, Terry Natural, Rastakura. We got Rastakura. We had the opportunity to be featured in Portugal. We never get to talk about this, but we got featured in Portugal in Branda Lera Poetry Festival. So big up Rastakura and I for that. And so big up Amazai the Great. Can't leave out Amazai. Amazai, one of them they were ever support and promote. Yeah, man, and big up 876 Poetry platform. It's a young poetry group. I was growing. So yeah, big up everybody. All poets, singers, everybody, all creators.
Yeah, man, big ups every time as well. Well, Flavius, let me hear your last words now before we get out of here.
Well, I have to thank Antonia for coming and sharing with us. And my personal views of your work, they are really, really powerful, really tremendous. And with work like that, like Franco said, they have to be out there that people are benefiting from them. It's no use you have them, put down somewhere in a museum. These are things for the world. These are things for the Caribbean, for Jamaica people to be listening to on a daily basis. So, and like I said, congratulations on the work so far. And I know you have a whole lot more to come. But get it out there. We can help you also to get it out there, but you have to get it out there. Make everybody benefit from you, from what you are and what you are putting forward.
All right. Love it. Yeah, man, some beautiful work I go on. And so with that, we come to an end. We want to thank all of you in the chat room this morning for taking time out and for spending the morning with Flavius, Antonia, Valaire, and myself. And we look forward to seeing you next week when we do it all over again. And we have a very interesting lineup for you on Monday. We have Teddy Lately, no stranger. And then on Tuesday, we have Bello from the Blaq and Bello fame. And on Wednesday, we have Dr. Alvin Curling. He'll be here to talk to us. Then we have on Thursday, Cook and Curry. And on Friday, we have another poet, Max Wanet. She'll be here with us. So, with that, we ask you to continue to pray. Remember, prayer changes things regardless of what religion you belong to. You must pray. And in the words of the Garifuna language, the Our Father, we ask Queen Lubafu and Tafina to take us out.
You lead us so full. You belong far away away. Ajuguala lebo buseru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Surely I leave her I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel I like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Show the eye and clean berries. I say,
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Sayonara, and girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves. Ah,
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.